Hello and welcome to the channel. Hope you are all doing well. In this Diablo 4 video, I'm going to show you the Necromancer Corpse Explosion Blood Mist build. This could be the most OP build I've seen so far. You are doing a ridiculous amount of DPS while being immune. It's really easy to play and you don't even need many items to make it work. This build revolves around Corpse Explosion. The main goal is to have as many corpses as possible and then detonate them with Corpse Explosion. Let's first check our skill tree. I put 1 point into Decompose skill. It doesn't seem very powerful early on, but once you get some legendary aspects, this skill comes really handy, especially when fighting with bosses. There is a legendary aspect which makes your Decompose skill to spawn corpses. And here's another one, which can make your Decompose skill to chain up to 2 additional targets, and when it spawns a corpse, there is a chance to spawn a corpse under all afflicted targets. Again, these are not mandatory for this build, but nice to have later on. I put 3 points in Hued Flesh, which is a cool passive. When you deal damage, there is a chance to create a corpse at the target's location. By the way, this also works for your minions. Whenever they deal damage, you get more corpses, which is amazing. So we have many corpses lying around, now it's time to explode them. Here are the 2 key skills that is crucial for this build. We are putting 5 points in Blood Mist, which gives you immunity for 3 seconds, heals you, and damages nearby enemies. We maxed out Corpse Explosion before putting any points in the Blood Mist. This will be our main DPS skill. Lastly, we get the Vulnerable modifier for the Corpse Explosion, and I'll explain why in a second. We put 1 point to Grim Harvest, 2 points to Fueled by That, which makes our damage multiplied by 8% after we use Corpse Explosion. Here, we put 1 point in Decrepify and unlock the modifiers to get a stun chance and reducing our cooldowns by 1 second. The best thing about Decrepify is when we use it, we slow the enemies by 40% and make them deal 20% less damage, which is another OP defensive effect. Remember we had the Vulnerable modifier for the Corpse Explosion? Now, before using our Corpse Explosion, you will Decrepify and make the enemies vulnerable, and your Corpse Explosion will deal 10% more damage. At this point, our skill tree is complete. I think it's redundant to get the ulti, but if you really want, you can take 1 point from Fueled by That and unlock Army of Dead instead. Now let's check our Book of the Dead tree. We are using Reapers since they have a 15% chance to form a corpse. For the Skeletal Mages, I'm using Cold to get the vulnerable effect on the enemies. And lastly, for our Bone Golem, we are going with the first option. As for the items, we only need 1 legendary aspect, which makes your Blood Mist triggers a Corpse Explosion when there is a corpse nearby. So at this point, you don't even need to cast a Corpse Explosion anymore. It also reduces your Blood Mist cooldown whenever you detonate a corpse. I got lucky with the percentage here. Oh, and by the way, you can also use this aspect on a 2-handed weapon and you'll get double the effect. Another nice to have is this legendary aspect. It's optional, but it makes your character to leave a trail, which deals shadow damage to enemies who stand in it. And the best part is, you don't get any movement penalty while using your Blood Mist. Now let me leave you with some gameplay and see how the build is played. Enjoy! If you like this video, please give a thumbs up and subscribe to the channel, and I'll see you on the next one. Peace!
You're a saint.
I'm not ready. I'm not ready yet.
You're a saint.
I'm not ready yet. I'm not ready yet.